It's blessed me to welcome on a top 20 prospect in 2023, Jacoi Hutchinson. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Well, let's just get right into this. You're a top player now. 247 came out the first 2023 rankings. You're in the top 20. Just seeing your name in there, what does that mean to you?
It was very just a very humbling moment, but it was also inspiring for me. It really just lit a fire within me to just want to keep on moving up the rankings and continue to work hard.
There's a lot of guys. It is challenging to start off as a freshman, going to sophomore year, ranked high, to be able to sustain that now for 3 years. How do you look to not only to sustain that, but possibly even move up over the next 3 years?
Just to really take no days off and just keep working hard, work harder than the next man, and just never let the next man outwork me.
You did this while not necessarily having a big role. I mean, you're at a school where it's not where you just get the star sign. You're not just the one go-to player. You're playing alongside five, six, seven other high major Division One players that are older than you. What was it like kind of taking that role, and why did you decide to want to go that route for your freshman year?
In the beginning, it was a little hard because I had to play a role that I wasn't really used to, but just the players around me like Hunter and Earl and even Coach Jones made it a lot easier for me, and I really was able to fit into that role and just do whatever he needed me to do.
Throughout the course of the year, we saw more and more flashes of what you're capable of doing when you have a larger role. Have multiple outbursts, multiple clutch shots. So you starting to see that personally. And was there some confidence you gained after hitting some big games throughout the course of the freshman year?
Yeah, there definitely was, and like I said, just the encouragement from those players and Coach Jones, it really just made me want to step up and give him a reason to keep me in the games during clutch moments like that, and be ready to take shots like that.
Let's talk a little about Earl and Hunter. Both guys, top 50 prospects, top 30 in some people's opinions as well. Earl's the guy going out to Miami. Having him out there kind of ran that guard forward spot. What was like kind of having him mentor you both on as well as off the court?
It meant a lot actually. He's a very great player to play with. I really enjoy playing with Earl. He's just a freakish athlete, a great leader. He just gives me encouragement whenever I need it, and just always picks up not only me but other teammates too.
Hunter was the other star senior last year. What was it like playing with him?
It was great. I never played with a 7 footer like that. I really never knew how to just throw oops. I mean, but I can just throw it up there to him, or if I'm in trouble, I can get it to him. He can get it back to me, and all that stuff. So yeah,
It's always a blessing having those guys on your team, but they obviously have to move on. They're going to college now. How do you plan to adjust both not having them on there, but also you not having a larger role in your sophomore year?
we just gotta, of course, work with what we got, but just to continue to just try to fill those missing pieces that we left, because it's a very big part of our team that left. But I'm pretty sure we could do it.
I mentioned earlier that both those guys are committed. You also have a couple other guys on your team now, and Jordan also commit. Just having these guys that you know go through this recruiting process, learn their in and outs of it, how they help you now in the recruiting aspect.
Just giving me advice, of course, and it really makes me just want to be ready for that situation, be ready to put in that position, because I know that in a few years it's going to be me.
You still are starting to get a little bit into this process, getting a lot of interest right now. Who are the schools that are reaching out the most that you're hearing about that you think have shown the most interest to you?
No coaches have really talked to me personally, but talking to my coaches and both AAU and high school, schools like Maryland and Syracuse, Old Dominion, Notre Dame, um, Seton Hall, Georgetown, and many more.
You still have a year until you really get into this process where they can start calling you and start going visits and that kind of stuff. How do you plan to grow down the next year as you get ready for that?
Just to continue to work hard, work on my body, and just really just look forward to that recruitment process because I can't wait.
Let's talk about some of the programs. You haven't got to talk to them much yet, but just out of what you know, growing up watching these programs, start with Syracuse. That's a historic all-time program. Many great iconic NBA players come from there. But going to possibly one of those schools that have the history behind them, like a Syracuse, what would that be like?
I know that would definitely be great. That's one of my goals, just to just continue on to make history, even myself when I get there, and just really set my own history, like I said.
Would you say going to school that already has a history, it's an iconic program, a blue blood even, is that something that's appealing to you, or would it rather be more appealing to go to a school that maybe doesn't have the history, but you possibly go out there and start creating a history?
Definitely a school that is similar to DeMatha because it's a really loving and family environment, and it's more easy to adjust to. So I definitely love to do that in college.
Georgetown has a guy that's done what you ultimately want to do, and that's playing the NBA and play at the NBA at a high level in Patrick Ewing. What would it be like possibly being coached by a guy that's done what you ultimately want to do someday?
That's definitely a big bonus, I would think. just get all that advice from him. He's been at the highest level, and that's where I want to play at. So playing for him would definitely be something great for me.
Maryland would involve you staying pretty close to home, having that DMV connection, that hometown support. What would that be like?
That would be great. I got a lot of family that's supporting me even here, coming to all my AU games, all my high school games, and I know it'll be even much more at a college game.
Would you say staying semi close to home, would that have any kind of impact on your recruiting process?
Um, I'm really willing to go wherever for real, but staying home is definitely a big part.
You mentioned Virginia as well. They're a national champion school. Coach Bennett's an incredible coach. What do you personally like about Coach Bennett and the coaching staff that you've kind of seen him as a coach?
Just the encouragement that he gives his players, just the effort that I know that he brings, and the positive energy that he brings to his players, and you can see it just transition into their play. So I definitely feel like I could play for a coach like that.
We mentioned Earl, Hunter, Jordan's going to go to UConn soon. All these guys may or may not be there by the time you are going to your recruiting process and go to college, but if they are, would possibly go into a school like Michigan, Miami, UConn, or wherever some else of the guys on your team commit, would that ever be appealing to you to team up with those guys at the college level?
Yeah, those guys are at one and dones in my opinion, but if they're still there, I would love to play with them.
Absolutely. So let's kind of break down what you're looking for in a college. What's some of those traits you want as a campus, educational wise, team wise? What are you looking for in a college?
Well, of course, grades is always first. So just a school that could really just provide me for something that I look forward to doing after basketball, because the basketball always stops, of course. But just like I said, like with DeMatha, just a loving environment, a family environment where when I get there, it just feels like home already, and I don't have to really do too much adjusting.
Educational wise, is there another career besides basketball that you'd be interested in pursuing after your basketball career?
I would love to get into sports medicine, but that's really just the only thing I've really been thinking about for real.
Another big appeal to a lot of guys is the coach, and that's a huge part of anyone's recruiting process. If you could build your dream coach, what would that look like? What kind of would you want in a coach?
Like with Patrick Ewing, someone who played at the highest level in the NBA, which is my ultimate goal, or someone that played overseas that has that experience and has played at the highest level, like I said. And that's just really one more important thing. Another thing will probably just be a coach who just knows how to get his words out and knows how to talk to his players and just brings good energy, like I said.
Would you like a coach that's more laid back, a little more chill? Or would you like a coach that's more uptight, yelling, kind of energizing that way?
Definitely a coach that's more uptight and young. Like for AAU, Coach Keith Stevens coaching me, that really just pushed me to play my best every single time I stepped on the court. So a coach that yells more often is more better for me.
You mentioned the player aspect. I think that is appealing to a lot of guys. But if there's one player that you could possibly be coached by, if he is the coach, that's great. If not, it doesn't really matter. Who would that one player you would dream of being coached by be?
It would definitely probably be Damian Lillard or LeBron James, two of my favorite players.
Now, Damian Lillard took an interesting, different approach. He wasn't a high recruited player, wasn't known, takes a mid-major route. Would going to a mid-major, school even like Gonzaga, would that be something that would be okay with you, or would you rather go to a high major?
High major is my ultimate goal, of course, but something mid is definitely good for me. I just want to be able to just get into college for free and just do whatever it takes to make it to the next level.
Out of all the interest you're getting right now, who are you hearing might be the school to offer you the quickest?
Um, I would probably say Maryland, of course, because it's close to home and they can probably see me more often. Maryland, Virginia, the schools close to the DMV. But I'm really looking forward to all the schools that will be recruiting me.
Being in the DMV, that's one of the hot spots for basketball. What's it like just growing up playing basketball in the DMV area?
Well, like you said, just a lot of great talent is coming from here. Just Kevin Durant, Quinn Cook, especially people from DeMatha, and just me being in this position, it just makes me feel like I really have a chance to just be up there with those guys who made it from here, who really made their name starting here in the DMV.
When you go to today's game and you're looking at all the AU tournaments, the teams out there, the high school teams, what's like being part of all the talent in the DMV?
Man, it's great just seeing all the talent, just knowing that these are some of the guys I'll be playing at the next level in college and for the rest of my life, basically. So it's just great just to see how hard everyone's been working and how far everyone's made it. And yeah.
Out of all the guys in 2023, is there anyone you've talked to that you'd like to possibly team up with at the college level with?
Definitely one my teammates on takeover now. One team takeover now would be Deshaun Harris Smith, Jeremiah Quigley, and Jaden Winston. Just those guys who I've been playing with for a long time, just we have that connection. So it would definitely be great to play with them on the next level.
And the DMV has, I believe, 4 or 5 guys in 247s, top 50 for class. Clearly, you guys have a lot of talent out there. What's like competing with your class in the DMV?
It's great. It's just great competition every single game. You always got to bring your best because everyone's good, like you said, and it just makes everyone better.
Where would you personally rank the DMV compared to every other state in America?
Definitely top 3. Got to be.
Who's in your top 3?
Top 3 would probably be the DMV, Florida, and New York.
No doubt. Well, let's look into the sophomore season now. Coming off a year, you guys once again worst sectional championships. You guys won a lot, 30-3 record once again. What's your goals now for your sophomore season, both as a team and personally?
Well, getting that championship, the WCC championship, my first freshman year was a very great thing for me. It was a very fun thing. It was a great experience. And that definitely made me want to win just another championship these next 3 years that I got. So whatever we got to do as a team to do it, I'm pretty sure we'll get it done.
Having a bigger role means you're going to have more opportunity to score more, produce more. What are you looking to average next year?
Nothing specific for real. Just whatever I got to do to just help the team win, whatever I got to bring to the table, whether it's scoring 10 points a game or less, whatever. I'm really down to do whatever it is to get a win.
You guys lost a few pieces. You guys still have Jordan and Elijah there. Rodney Rice now joining you guys to go alongside yourself and some other guys. This guard group at DeMatha is really special. How are you going to work this out, though? I mean, that's a lot of talent, a lot of star power. How do you guys work that out chemistry-wise with all the guards there?
We really have some great chemistry, I would say, so far. So just us, everybody bringing their best games and being able to rotate one another and just bringing the same energy, no matter what. If one person started and one person's not, it doesn't matter. Just everyone playing their best and just getting the win. Because in the end, getting the championship is the most important thing.
You got to have some AU stuff on, some different things happening throughout the past few months. But for people that don't know you, what do you bring to the table? What do you do on a court that brings so much attention while you're at number 20 in the country?
I would say just my ability to just get my teammates involved and not only create shots for myself, but just creating shots for my teammates also. Bring good energy, like I said, always cheering my teammates on. I feel like when me and my teammates are down or I start to see that we're not playing as well, I could really step up and just talk to everyone and bring everyone up, and we just play our best together.
I mentioned earlier we saw a lot of potential. We saw a lot of big-time moments from you last year. The fact that you are clutch, you have hit a lot of big shots through the freshman year. Also, you just have a sweet shot. You got that shot that can pull it off on pretty much anybody. You get to the rim with ease. You're pretty much can turn into possibly being an elite scorer, one of the best guys in the country eventually. How do you look to develop into that?
Like I said, just to continue to work out every day. Just like lately over the summer, I've been working on playing above the rim. That's one thing I feel like was missing in my game. So just find out what's missing in my game and just adding those pieces just to be complete.
Was it over time it kind of clicked for you, or was it just over a tournament or a certain moment that you remember it clicked that you realized you can be one of the best players in this class?
I would definitely say over time, just having talks with my dad after games and my mom and my coaches and just building up that confidence from working out and transitioning things that I do in workouts to the games and things like that.
You came into high school with a little bit of spotlight on you. You were a star at Made Hoops, also competed in the junior NBA, regional champions. What were those two events like? We started with Made Hoops. What was it like being part of that?
Man, our goal from the jump was just to win that 8th-grade finale at championship. It's just prove to everyone that we were the number one team in the country. So being able to win that championship and just beat all those teams from around the country was definitely great.
For those that don't know, that's kind of the EYBL for middle school. Being a part of that, going in and kind of seeing what some of the top guys are in your class, how much that benefits you heading into your high school season?
It benefits me a lot, actually. It just, like I said, it was a great experience. It made me realize that I have to take my game to the next level because that's what everyone else was going to be doing.
Another big thing, as I said, was the junior NBA, regional champions. What was it like being a part of that?
It was great. Definitely the most important thing to me was just, well, the greatest experience to me was the last game that we played in against the team from China. And it was just great to see how at such a young age in the beginning of my career, basically, I got to just play teams from all over the country, not just over the state.
And getting to see guys from another country and just kind of having the world's attention. It's on national television. People are watching you. What did it feel like to be that young, getting that much attention and playing with that kind of pressure, if you want to call it that?
It felt great just receiving texts and calls and people telling me a good game and seeing all the people who were watching me. It was just great, and it definitely something I could look forward to in the future.
You mentioned earlier you didn't really have a full AAU season this year. It was cut off because of COVID, but you were going to run a team takeover, EYBL. Why did you choose them?
Like I said, it's a family environment. I started off playing with just teams in my area and then went to Maryland Finest. But when Takeover called me up, it was definitely something different. I definitely felt something different in all the practices, all the tournaments we played in. And it's definitely like a family.
Hopefully next year we have a full AAU year. What would you want to go out there and prove if that's the case?
Just to prove to everyone why I'm top 20 in the country and why I think I should be higher. And just to continue to show everyone how hard I've been working and that God is on my side.
Without a doubt, man. Well, a few more things before I let you go. One is discussing building a legacy for yourself. That's something I think all guys want to do. So when you are done playing basketball someday, what do you want your legacy to be for what you achieve both on and off the court?
Just a winner, just someone who wins, who brings good effort to everything and just performs at his best at everything. That's definitely something I want to be known for.
You have 3 more years left of high school. What's all the goals and accomplishments you want to have so you can walk away from high school saying you had a successful career?
Like I said earlier, being the first to just get 4 championship rings is definitely my ultimate goal. And just, being able to just get into a college of my choice for free and do whatever I gotta do to get to the next level.
Is Gatorade Player of the Year, is playing in the Jordan brand, McDonald's All-American goals too?
All those things, yeah. I look forward to it all.
That's awesome, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you taking time to come on today. Keep doing your thing, man. And I look forward to seeing what guys got next for you.
Okay, thank you.
Of course, you're always welcome on, man. God bless.
You too.